Hi guys, today is part 2 of how to get rid of acne series, and in today's one we're going to talk about food and supplements that will help you to get clear skin. So in last week's video I talked about skincare tips and I mentioned that skincare is great and it will definitely help you have clear skin, but it's not enough to give you that perfectly clear skin that you're craving simply because certain nutrient deficiencies and also the wrong food can prevent you from getting that beautiful skin. So this is today's topic and let's get started. So first let's talk about food because that's the most important thing, and then we'll move on to supplements and herbs that can help you to get a clear skin. The first thing that you should avoid is sugar, white sugar. Even to this day, if I have anything with white sugar, I will break out. I'm really sensitive to it, and I think everybody is, because white sugar is extremely processed and extremely bad for your body. So if you want something sweet, just make something at home with whole food sugars like raw and processed sugar like panela, also called rapadura, or coconut sugar or honey or rice syrup. They're going to be so much better for you and they won't cause you any acne. And you know, what's the point of having something sweet and have that pleasure for a few seconds and then suffer for a week afterwards with horrible skin? It's just not worth it. I'm not saying you shouldn't treat yourself, but treat yourself consciously by making something healthier at home. And then sweet treats shouldn't really be a daily occurrence. It should be like a special treat, maybe once in 2 weeks or once a month or even once a week, but definitely not every day. Train yourself to love savory taste rather than sweet, and it's going to make your skin so much healthier and your whole body will be so much healthier. Second thing to focus on is make sure you eat all kinds of food groups and not avoid entire food groups, because what it's going to do is it's going to give you nutrient deficiencies, because you need to eat a really varied and balanced diet in order to get everything you need. And also the more variety there is in your diet, the more chances you have to have really happy and healthy bugs inside your intestines, because they love variety. And my next tip is kind of very related to this previous one, and it's don't fall for any fad diets like paleo diet or vegan diet or low carb or whatever. All they're going to do long term is just mess up with your metabolism, lower it even more. It will make it even more difficult for you to lose weight, and eventually they will make your skin even worse because they're so restrictive and they're really not good for your mind. They're going to lead you towards orthorexia, and really you don't need diets. Just eat real homemade foods and you'll be fine. My next tip is spend some time learning about traditional methods of preparing foods. So things like preparing grains properly, fermenting them, soaking them, sprouting and soaking legumes, making lovely traditional soups and preparing meat properly and things like that, because that's how you're going to get the most nutrients and how you're going to make those foods most digestible for your body. And I can suggest one book that is like the Bible for traditional food preparation, and it's called Nourishing Traditions by Sally Fallon. You'll learn everything you need to know about preparing food and eating a traditional diet. I think it's awesome. Next, let's talk about foods that will clear your skin. Well, I wish I could just give you a list of things that will help you clear your skin, but I can't, because they will be different from each person, and it depends on your constitution, on how you are as a person, how you're built. Also talking about Ayurveda, it depends on whether you're a Vata or Kapha or Pitta. I really can't tell you what to eat. However, I can tell you to really listen to your body, to find what works well for your body, and to not listen to any kind of diet gurus but your body, because your body knows better. And also adjust your food to different seasons, so different seasons and temperatures outside and weather, because for example on a cold winter's day you should be eating completely different food from the middle of the summer. So for example on a cold winter's day you would probably crave more heavy soups with bread and butter and really heavy meats and things like that, while in the summer you probably not even want meat. You would just want to go for vegetables and maybe rice and some fresh fruit. So that's what your body would naturally crave to keep itself in balance, and you should definitely listen to that. I know in the past I used to really eat the same thing all year long, and it was definitely one of my biggest mistakes that was preventing me from healing myself. and adjusting my diet to the environment has been one of the best things I ever did for my body and for my skin too. And talking about seasonal eating and about adjusting your diet to the seasons and the climate and the temperature, one of the best books about that is called Eat Wheat, and I'll link it out in the description box. And it's great because it's a fusion between the latest scientific research and traditional Ayurveda, and it's totally up my valley because I love both. You know how much I love Ayurveda, so that book is one of the best books I've ever read. And I love the approach because instead of telling people to eliminate certain food groups, it's called Eat Wheat. So obviously it's about eating wheat, eating dairy, eating everything. It's strengthening the digestive system so that you can eat everything without any issues, because ultimately if your digestion is not strong enough to digest all the different foods and you keep getting digestive issues, mood issues and acne issues, at the same time you're also not absorbing nutrients properly. So now that I've covered food, I'm going to move on to supplements that have really helped me personally in my quest for healthier, clearer skin. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is zinc. Most acne sufferers I found have really low zinc, and that's one of the reasons why their skin is not able to heal. And zinc is one of the greatest, if not the greatest supplement you can take if you have acne. However, zinc needs to be balanced with copper, so make sure that you take copper as well at the same time. Not at the same time, but in different times of the day, because they kind of interfere with each other. And my favorite way to take copper is chlorophyll, because chlorophyll is processed with copper, so it becomes a great source of copper. I personally like getting a proportion of 1 to 7 when it comes to copper to zinc, which basically means for every milligram of copper I take 7 milligrams of zinc. But there are different schools there. Some say that it should be more like 1 to 10 or 1 to 15. 1 to 7 is what works best for me. Experiment and find your own one. Copper is also very important for healthy iron levels, and if you are low in copper you won't be able to get proper ferritin levels or iron levels. And if you get enough copper, you probably won't even need any additional iron supplements because your iron will go up by itself, and that's awesome. The next thing that really helped me so much is Saccharomyces boulardii, and it's sort of a probiotic, which is actually a yeast. And it's great because it kills bad bacteria in your intestines and also kills candida. So it's like a yeast that kills candida, which is awesome. And it helps to repopulate good bacteria, so we establish that good balance, and it helped me so much. I took it for around a couple of months and it was life-changing. I had almost perfect digestion afterwards, and I was perfectly regular. And that's really because all illnesses start from the guts. You know, skin issues, thyroid issues, anything starts from your digestive tract. So definitely first focus on fixing that, and by fixing that you're going to fix your skin as well. So talking about probiotics, it's also a good idea to try probiotic supplements. In the past I wasn't sure if probiotic supplements were actually worth trying because obviously some people say that real foods, fermented foods, are so much better, and buying probiotics is just a waste of money. However, it's not true, because I got some probiotics for my pets, you know, specific probiotics for pets, and they made such a major difference. They fixed all of their health issues that they had, and since then I've been such a believer in probiotics that I decided to try them out for myself. And apparently there are different strains, and some strains are so-called transient, which means that they come into your body and they leave. So as long as you keep taking them, you'll have those strains in your body, but as soon as you stop taking them, you won't get the benefits anymore, which is stupid because you don't want to get addicted to probiotics. However, there are 3 other strains that are not transient, so they will repopulate your gut and they will stay there, which is exactly what you want. And I will link down in the description a great probiotic that has mostly these strains and is also very affordable. If you have digestive issues, and you probably do if you have acne, or if you know for sure that you have H. pylori, there is a really great supplement that is so helpful, and it's Master Gum. I took it and it completely fixed my digestion together with the Saccharomyces boulardii. I became completely regular, no more bloating, and it's one of the best supplements I've ever had. And it's a sort of resin from a tree from Greece, so it's completely natural. It actually even tastes pretty good, and they make chewing gum with it in Greece. And then another thing that really helped me is oregano oil, which I also took at the same time as the other two. Oregano oil is like the strongest, most powerful natural antibiotic in the nature. And it kills bad bacteria, it kills yeast and candida, so it's going to be great for your skin. And I took it internally with olive oil, just like the bottle suggested on the instructions. I took it for 2 weeks, then rested for 2 weeks, and then took it for 2 weeks again, and that's it, and it helped me so much. And I found the best one that comes straight from Greece, is like the most potent one. So I'll link to that in the description box as well. Another thing that can be a cause of acne is low potassium, and a lot of people are low in potassium for many reasons. First of all, of course, not getting enough potassium from the diet. Also lots of stress, and most of us are under a lot of stress nowadays, and weak adrenals. And again, weak adrenals are very sensitive to lots of stress, not enough sleep, very heavy routines like lots of work and things like that. So a lot of us are struggling with potassium levels, but many of us don't even know. Luckily, potassium levels are really easy to check. It's just a simple blood test that is really, really cheap, and the test is very reliable, so you can check your own potassium levels. And if your levels are close to the bottom, not below the range, but towards the bottom, you might already be getting low potassium symptoms, so keep an eye out. It should be in the middle of the range or in the higher range. If you have histamine issues, and a lot of acne sufferers do, and if you have things like hay fever, runny nose, weird rashes, if you react to a lot of chemicals, and if you have lots of weird food sensitivities, itching, burning, throat and things like that, then it's definitely worth looking into a couple of supplements that are really good for histamine issues, and that could help your skin a lot. Also, if you notice that if antihistamine drugs help your skin, then you definitely have histamine issues. There are 2 great supplements that I can recommend and that help me a lot. So the first one is mangosteen, and it's awesome. I'm actually taking it right now, and it gives me lots of energy, but it also prevents any kind of allergy issues. So it's absolutely awesome, and you can drink loads of fresh mangosteen juices, but you need to drink a lot of it, and it's also very expensive if it's not a local fruit for you. So just prefer to get the mangosteen extract. And then another one that is really powerful is quercetin, and quercetin is great for normalizing your immune system, which of course is good for your skin, and it also lowers your histamine levels if you have issues with high histamine. So it's an awesome thing to try. So those 2 things together could be a great combination, but of course do your own research as always. The next supplement that would really help, and a lot of us are deficient because our soils are deficient in it, and it's magnesium. I've talked about magnesium 100 times already, but magnesium is really important for healthy skin, because if you don't have enough magnesium, the calcium you get from food or supplements, if you're taking any, will not be absorbed properly, and instead it will be deposited in all kinds of soft tissues, for example skin or hair follicles, and then you would be getting things like acne or hair loss, or even in thyroid, and then you would be getting low thyroid or autoimmune thyroid issues. Blood tests for magnesium are really not reliable, so the best thing to do is just to try it, and if it helps you, then you're probably low in magnesium. I've also made a video about how you can make your own homemade magnesium oil, which is a great way to supply yourself with magnesium, because it's very, very absorbable, and it can replenish your cellular levels very quickly. The next thing that can be really helpful for your skin is something called Triphala, and that's an Ayurvedic mixture of herbs that basically helps you to very gently cleanse your intestines, and that is going to clear your skin so much. Also, if you have any kind of regularity issues, it's going to make you very, very regular, and it doesn't taste good. It actually tastes pretty disgusting, because you need to make a certain tea from it and then drink it. It's disgusting, but it's very, very effective, so I highly recommend it. And the next thing that I personally love so much, and it helped my skin so much, is Burdock Root. Burdock Root has been used in a lot of different areas of the world for thousands of years. It's basically a blood purifier and a lymph mover, and acne is really nothing else but a problem of congested lymph. So something like Burdock Root is the best thing you can do for yourself, because it's going to keep that lymph moving, and it's going to also cleanse it out. And you can just buy some dried Burdock Root and make a tea from it, or you can buy an extract, like a little bottle with extract, and use drops of it. I personally prefer to make tea because it's cheaper and it's more natural and it's like closer to the nature, and it's absolutely amazing. It's so good for your overall health and especially for your skin. So these are all the things regarding diet and supplements that could help you clear skin. If you have any kind of questions or if you have any other tips regarding diet or supplements, then please leave them down in the comments. Let's share our knowledge and let's help each other clear our skins. And then in the next one, I'm going to talk about lifestyle and habits that could help you clear skin, because skincare is awesome, diet and supplements are awesome, but if your lifestyle is totally off, and also mind, let's not forget the mind. If your mind doesn't believe that you can actually have clear skin, or if for some reason your mind doesn't want you to clear the skin because you won't be able to live in that kind of attitude, in that kind of mindset anymore, then you're just not going to be able to clear skin. So you need to work on everything at the same time. It needs to be holistic. So that's what we're going to talk about in the next video. And for now, I hope that you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching.